Welcome back to Molding the World, the only broadcast that remains committed to documenting the slow-motion car crash of Western civilization with the detached amusement of a man watching a toddler try to eat a cactus. It is mid-April 2026, and if you thought the previous 4 weeks of the Great Persian Shindy were a bit much, pull up a chair and pour yourself a drink, while you still have one that contains bubbles. We begin with the American President, Donald Trump, who has decided that the best way to handle a maritime bottleneck is to apply the same logic he uses for his golf courses. If you don't like the neighbors, build a wall. Only this time, he's built the Great Wall of Water. As of this week, the Americans have officially blockaded the Strait of Hormuz. Trump has been all over Truth Social calling it the most beautiful blockade in the history of blockades, and threatening to immediately eliminate, all caps, naturally, any vessel that so much as looks at the water with a suspicious squint. It's a bold tactical move. Their plan is to solve a global energy crisis by ensuring that absolutely no energy moves anywhere, ever again. It's like trying to fix a leaky tap by blowing up the reservoir. China is, understandably, livid, and J.D. Vance is currently in Islamabad attempting to explain that eliminate is actually just a colourful Midwestern term for we'd prefer you didn't. Meanwhile, back in the green and pleasant land of Surrey, the town of Epsom has decided to provide us with a masterclass in polite British anarchy. Now, usually, the most exciting thing to happen in Epsom is someone accidentally putting a non-recyclable yogurt pot in the blue bin. But this week, the streets have descended into a scene from a low-budget dystopian thriller. Following a horrific crime outside the Methodist Church, the local population decided that the most effective way to demand justice was to hurl traffic cones at the police while blasting Sweet Caroline from portable boomboxes. It is a uniquely British tragedy. There we were, on the brink of a global conflict, watching the Surrey constabulary dodge projectiles to the rhythmic chanting of "So good. So good. So good." It's hard to tell if it was a riot or a very aggressive karaoke night that went horribly wrong. If this is how we handle a local disturbance in the home counties, heaven help us when the actual war reaches the M25. I suspect we'll be facing down the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse with a chorus of Mr. Brightside and a very sternly worded letter to the Times. But why were they rioting? Perhaps they've seen the latest government briefings on the Great British Fizz-Out. You see, while Trump is busy playing King of the Castle in the Strait of Hormuz, the fallout has reached our dinner tables in the most heartbreaking way possible. The government confirmed today that we are facing a national CO2 crunch. Because the trade routes are closed, we've run out of the gas used to pack our sausages and, more importantly, put the bubbles in our drinks. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, global Britain is officially going flat. Within the month, your beer will have the texture of a stagnant pond and your Diet Coke will be nothing more than brown, sugary sadness. The Great Reset is finally here. You'll own nothing, you'll have no fuel, and you'll be forced to drink lukewarm, un-carbonated tap water while pretending it's a vintage Chardonnay. It is the ultimate middle-class horror story. And finally, to truly highlight the sheer, vertical scale of our stupidity, let us look upwards. While we are throwing bricks in Epsom and swearing at tankers in the Gulf, 4 human beings are currently orbiting the moon as part of the Artemis II mission. It is a staggering contrast. Up there, we have the pinnacle of human ingenuity, astronauts gliding through the vacuum of space, looking down at our blue marble with awe and reverence. Down here, we're using that same blue marble as a giant stress ball. I imagine the crew of Artemis II looking out of their porthole, seeing the flashes of power plant day in Iran and the glow of burning bins in Surrey, and collectively deciding to just stay where they are. Who can blame them? If I had the choice between navigating 1 billion miles of radiation-filled void or trying to find a carbonated beverage in a petrol-less South London, I'd take my chances with the aliens. In summary, the Yanks have turned the ocean into a car park, Surrey has turned Neil Diamond into a war cry, and we're all about to learn what a sausage tastes like when it hasn't been vacuum sealed. We are truly molding a new world. It's just a shame it's being built by people who think Sweet Caroline is an appropriate soundtrack for a civil uprising. We hope you enjoy the song. Good night, and may your bubbles last longer than our diplomatic relations.
Let's go blockade now. Everybody's learning how. Come on an excursion with me. If every single nation crossed the deep blue sea, had 1 million tons of cargo, they'd be running back from me. You'd see them in the channel and down in Singapore, waiting for the signal, but we're locking up the door. From the coast of California of Japan. Everybody's turning rudders just as fast as they can. Let's go blockade now. Everybody's learning how. Come on an excursion with me. We're checking out the Frenchies and the boys in Brussels too. They're crying on the shoreline cause they can't get nothing through. The old world is shaking, they're staring at the map, while we're putting every trade route in a patriotic trap. We're cutting up the crude oil for the giants in the east, starving out the engine and the hunger of the beast. Let's go blockade now. Everybody's learning how. Come on an excursion with me. It's a mission against the world, boys, a global scale crusade, and everyone is standing in the shadow of the shade. No matter what your flag is or what you're trying to sell, we've got a no entry sign upon the ocean swell. From the Baltic to the Persian, the message is quite clear. The ocean's closed for business, so don't you come near. Let's go blockade now. Everybody's learning how.